for the public interest, I'll summarize and make known that this memo is available for anyone who wants it. The core of this is a failed inspection that the state inspects all the bridges biannually. This bridge, the Benedict Crossing Bridge, failed. It's referred to repeatedly as BR-17. And that is a post on the left side, has rotted out. This is a 100-year-old bridge, and the town had not budgeted for its replacement within the next even 10 years. There is $18,000 budgeted for this in 2030. But largely, we've been saving about $5,000 per year for bridges and structures, and this failure was known that it could at some point happen, but was unexpectedly soon. We've closed the bridge, and we will harden the closure of the bridge to make clear that it is not a place to be walking across and is not a structurally sound structure, bridge, and our options moving forward are a closure of indeterminate terms, or the spending of more or less all the town's capital reserves to replace this bridge immediately. That's not a viable option, although we are getting prices to get a baseline for what it's going to take to replace this bridge. A short-term replacement, a patch that pulls the bridge up, takes the pressure off of it so that the members that are rotting can be replaced in kind, would cost about $100,000 to $150,000 based on the first estimate we got in. None of these are firm prices. These are just gut feels right now as the bridge contractors get us a better idea. But those are our options: a $100,000 short-term patch, or a general closure without a patch, that as we await saving for that bridge, which could take between 5 and 10 years, depending on how much the voters decide to save for this.
Okay. There's no action to be taken on this at this point, other than
there is one action,
done, right? Okay.
The board needs to approve us sending the state a confirmation that we will not comply with their order to repair the bridge, under the circumstance that we will be closing the bridge for an indeterminate period as we await a permanent action.
Okay. So I will entertain a motion to authorize Nick to sign and send the document declining to repair the bridge and notification that it's going to be closed for the foreseeable future. That's the Benedict Crossing Bridge.
So moved. Cynthia.
Matt Bykowski will second.
The motion has been made by Cynthia and seconded by Matt to authorize Nick to sign and send the appropriate documentation to the state, notifying them of our intentions to close the bridge until we have a solid plan for replacement. Any further discussion?
Dan?
Yes. Go ahead, Cynthia.
I have no problem with voting for this motion, but I'd like to have a chance to ask Nick a question or two whenever it's appropriate.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Now's the time.
Nick, my understanding is that the option that makes the most sense is to close it and then wait until we can accumulate the resources to replace it. Am I correct?
Correct. I'm not recommending the designation of the bridge at this time, or any decision to make this a permanent decision. We this is a matter where we should close the bridge and allow voters to decide how much that they believe that this project deserves each year, knowing that this comes with a general timeline of about a decade to accumulate this much money, based on a reasonable kind of middle ground understanding we have to save for this, and we are committing to saving for it.
And my understanding is that if we did go ahead with the repairs, in other words, repairing the rotted beams, replacing the rotted beams so that the bridge could be used again, those repairs would really only be good for another decade or so anyway. Is that correct?
Correct. That is a
Thing as well.
yes. One of the bridge contractors has said that we will probably have to, that $100,000 is a bare minimum. They're not, like, once they open the thing up and if they see a bunch of problems, they would need to be repaired right then. But they expect that there are more problems than these boards right now. So this is the repairs that we've done will hold for the bulk of a decade. That doesn't count other places that might fail in the meantime. And this structure is extremely old. It will be inspected every 2 years. So that's when we would find out about any further damage and have to make another decision into the future.
Right. That makes sense, that you might end up essentially replacing the bridge even though you were just trying to repair it. Okay, so I totally support this this resolution of sending the letter, and we have to have a larger discussion. But I would like to make the point that I believe that the section of River Road between the West Mountain Bridge or the Rochester Bridge, however you like to refer to it, the one that's furthest east, and the covered bridge will need extra attention from the Highway Department, because when this bridge was closed after Irene, River Road got quite a bit more traffic than usual, and particularly in mud season, there were sections that were almost impassable. So, and right now, there are sections of the road that don't have a proper crown on it. It's never been graded properly. So the potholes that were covered up a little while ago are already back. And that's without the extra traffic that it's now going to have. So, I think the question of what we do with this bridge, do we replace it, when do we replace it, all those things are, definitely have to consult the community and the voters. But I just want to say that River Road is going to need more attention because more people are going to be using that instead of 313. And I just really want that to be on the Highway Department's radar. Thank you.
That's very well taken, and we will seek to improve all of this when we work to improve drainage on River Road as planned. And I'm hoping that we might want to move some of the future planned road work into the 2021 work year, knowing that this is our new reality for the foreseeable future.
Nick, just a question. Are we actively seeking full replacement cost bids for this now? And if we were to do that, could we also investigate going down the road of bonding this out for replacement so that we could do this on a little bit more of an accelerated schedule?
Certainly something that we can discuss as a matter of a highway bond. And that's something that I hope to be in a position to do with the coming financial advice work and audit work that will put us on a really good footing for any future bonding that we will need, including this bridge, if we choose to go about the other option. And that's, but yes, that sounds like a really good plan. And that's something that voters will need to consider in the coming years.